Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the South Africa rebuild. Today we are completing one whole season. We've got Afghanistan multi-format, West Indies multi-format, India away, before finishing up against Bangladesh one more time. I look at those and go Afghanistan, Bangladesh, West Indies, the three series that we potentially could go and win. The charge to the Test World Championship needs to be real. Our batting lineup is reasonably good, but our bowling lineup over the course of the last year or so has just started to slow down. We've gone from averaging 29 to averaging 37 with the ball this calendar year from 5 games. ODI cricket, I feel we're starting to change. The economy rate's low. The average is low this year and last year. But the batting average is slowly starting to dip down to 28. So different problems, different formats. And then in T20 cricket, over the course of the last 4 years, we've got a 129 strike rate. Doesn't sound that bad. Well, we're still a very fair to middling sort of team. Our balls per out has slowly increased though, and our average. But with the ball, the economy rate is slowly starting to rise again. The strike rate is slowly starting to rise. So it doesn't matter what format we're in, we're kind of facing a different problem. Test rankings, we can work our way back up. ODI rankings, we are falling off a cliff. We were on the precipice in season number 2 of being ranked number 1 in the world. And now we find ourselves number 7th with a huge climb ahead. And T20 cricket, that corner has got to turn over time. We did touch on this player previously, Marchant Love, who's got the highest second team average out of any South African in the game. He's only 21 years old, but he's come in, he's played a season, and he's averaging mid-40s in first class and one-day cricket. And English, who is one of the top second team players going around, only averaged 39 last year. I fear that the early call-up that we gave him has ruined him. Kirsten, who's only 20 years old, has played 14 one-day internationals for us, 20 wickets at 28. Economy rate of 5.14, continues to shine. Last year in first class cricket, 31 wickets at 31, strike rate of 49, economy rate 2.9. Potentially a call up to the big time coming. Gidley's got the second best second team average with a 16.91. And for context, you do get some baseline. Norkia, Marco Jansen with 17.48, Dwayne Olivier 17.65. Philippe Delang, who we've played a test match and has played a lot of one-day cricket for us. Last year he went and got wickets at 24 at 49 strike rate, 2.95 economy rate. So there are good players around. In the test team last calendar year, we did see the rise of Stoke. Zwain has become a first team regular, averaging 35 in his career, but 3 centuries to his name, an average of 41 last year. Forrester's always kind of in that good, not great category. 7 centuries from 43 games is quite wonderful and does chip in with the ball. 9 wickets at 39. He can just bowl a few overs. We've given time, patience to Dwal Brevis. I don't think the bowling attack's going to change. I'm happy with the team that we're putting on the park. The Venter call-up is a difficult one. A great young player. Last year averaged 38 2 centuries from 8 games. They're not horrendous records. 63 in first class cricket. I think I might keep... Hey, here's the drinks. Keep carrying them, learning your trade. Also, the bowling form of the bowlers is quite outrageous. What did Cummins do last year? Domestic cricket. 34 wickets at 23, 55 strike rate, 2.57 economy rate. So, excellent players. Afghanistan at home it is going to be. Swanepoel will hold on to his role in the team. I feel that's not a given. I feel there is room for change. I feel Rabada, how old's Rabada now? 33. And he's just come off a year where he's averaged 39 with a 64 strike rate, 3.7 economy rate. Those numbers are as bad below baseline as you ever want to get. I've got DeLang in the wings who could come and take his role. Cummings, although averaging 38 from his first 14 test matches, I firmly believe that he's a better player than that. And I feel there will be more light at the end of the tunnel for him. The changes mean we drop down. We're a 4.25 star rated team. That's probably from the weight of the bat, taking one out. Let's roll. We're in trouble here. There's a lot to dislike about that, including 70-run partnership at the 10th wicket. Those are the ones that every time you press spacebar, it's like giving yourself a little gut punch, going, why can't we get this guy out? He averages 6.52 in first class cricket, and he's had almost a career day with 19 not out against this bowling attack. This bowling attack that is lacking potency at the moment. It was only with the second new ball we actually did some damage. At one stage they were 314 for 2. Safai with 149. Wally with straight out the film. Wally with 84. Top order did a great job for them. The pitch has deteriorated now, and we're 488 behind. We are in massive danger now. We get rolled for 227 and are 4 down for 99. Zwainy scores a 50 at the end to give us something. We bowl them out for 229. Rabada and Peter get it done. But again, we struggled with the top of their order before the spin got it done. And the pitch is not looking good. Predictor, no draws. And if we played 1,000 times, we might win once. There's an opportunity arising. 411 for 7 at the end of day 4. Forrester scored 147, Markram 84. They share a wonderful 140 run partnership. And it comes down to this. Peter and Zwainy. Zwainy's on 75, looking every bit the test cricketer. Peter on 22. He can bat. He's got a century in first class cricket. We need 80. We've lost Zwainy. He's gone for 102. Peter went previously 34 to win with 1 wicket left. We need 10. Rabada and Cummins are doing it. 3 to win. 2 to win. Khan to Cummins. 1 to win. We're going to break the world record for the highest run chase of all time. It's into the leg side. The field's back. What a match, says Jonathan Northall. 491. It's a new all-time record. It's a last wicket partnership for the ages of 34 from Rabada and Cummins. We had over 200 for the last 5 wickets. That is quite incredible. Save that scorecard, put it on your wall and look at it and say every single time that is the greatest run chase of all time when no one gave you a chance, even me pressing spacebar. If we go with Venter, we're a better team for it, and we could live without the extra bowler. The kid's coming in average 9, which isn't the most ideal place you're ever going to be, but the extra bat, it seems to like us as a team a little bit more. Also, I'm really pumped about Zwainy. I'm calling him Zwainy. It might just be Zwainy. Sometimes I roll to Zwainy. In my head, I sing the song I'm Horny going, I'm Zwainy, 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 Zwainy. Question is, do we bring Swanepoel in? It's definitely a seamer sort of deck. I am going to do it. I'm going with the extra seamer. We've actually got quite a lot of depth with the bat here. Peter and Swanepoel, their batting averages in Test cricket are quite good. Even Rabada can hold a bat a little bit. It has got us out of trouble. Winning the toss would be a nice place to be, but we do not. That is a battering. 120 all out. Janssen with 4. He gets Safi and Hussain. He also gets Wally, who just had a wonderful episode last time around. Rabada with 3 just before lunch. And we bowl them out in 43 overs. 218 run lead. It's not a massive score, but hopefully should be enough. Stubbs and Brevis really get it done. We lost wickets constantly, with Zadran taking 6. But their partnership of 148 in the middle gave us stability, a lead. The pitch is now uneven, and we do it. We win by an innings. We bowl them out for 177. Janssen has an absolute field day. He takes 8 for 81 in the test match. Rabada's come back strong this test. 3 for and a 3 for. They're really good performances. Great test series. Yes, it's playing against Afghanistan. But the world rankings are going to appreciate it. I'm going to appreciate anyone that's in a little bit of form. We get inconsistencies with the Stoke, because we saw a couple of knots, Ireland and Australia, where he started to come good, but slow start to the year. But with the ball, wonderful performance. Swanepoel not so much, Peter not so much, but Cummins, Rabada and Janssen, yes thank you. ODI series, and it's time for the change. Clarkson has got to go. Ferreira can take Pronunciation is king. Clarkson is going to drop out. Swanepoel in. Kirsten in with the new ball. I'm happy with it. I believe I'm happy with it. The problem I've got here is we're still playing 5 bowlers. It shortens your batting lineup and it drops us down half a star. But again, it always comes back to Forrester can't be the one to bowl 10 overs. And we win in the first one day. A good performance. Forrester with 113. That is ODI century number 1. We've put him in the big role. We've put him in 3. We get enough out of him. And some contributions from everyone down the order to get 290. I would have been happier. 300's a better place to be. But with the ball, they were, I would say, on top. It was touch and go with run rate throughout. It was tight. But Peter, when he came on, 3.8 economy rate, but 5 wickets, basically single-handedly won us the game from that place. In the words of ABBA, you win again. Stubbs with 87 off 109. We only muster up 259 here, but it's enough. It doesn't matter what the score is as long as it's enough, I suppose, at the end of the day. Kirsten gives us a 3.39 economy rate sort of day. Picked up 3 wickets, couple towards the end, 1 at the top. Love to see a bit of that. Peter with control. Swanepoel with control. We're going to win an ODI series, which is kind of a big deal because I forgot to record it last time, but we beat the Aussies 2-1. But we've lost to Ireland, lost to Bangladesh previously. So I feel the corner is being turned. It's just the fact we're a huge ship and it takes a long time to get it back on course. Also, Stoke you could look at and go, you are incredibly fortunate to be playing this sort of cricket with a top score of 41. Get the brush out. 2-0 in the test, 3-0 in the one-dayers. We only scored 249, which wasn't a great score. 43 from 41 from Stoke, I think is great and gives you a great platform to go off. Some runs from Jansen and Swanepoel really gave us a score. But I think we got no wickets in the power play, but Cummins took 7 for 40. Bang, 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 all the way through. The kid has had an ODI series for the ages. 4.84 economy rate, 16 average with the ball, and with the bat we got runs from Stubbs and Markram because they score runs. Forrester average 40, a bit of a tail off towards the end, but ODI rankings do appreciate what we're doing. 7th in the world, we're on the rise. Vijoan is constantly popping up on my radar. We gave him 1 game, he scored 31. He's got a 143 career strike rate. He scored a century last year. This is sorted by the guys that scored the most runs last year. Simon Duplessis is definitely going to be one for the future. Again, a 144 strike rate, scored a century as well. But he can bowl 53 wickets at 21, a 6.9. I've got to get him. I've got to do that. Those numbers, averaging 27 with the bat, with a 144 strike rate, a 6.97 economy rate with 53 wickets in a calendar year. They're quite legendary. It does and could give a completely different feel to this team. Vijoan can come in and take their burden off Stubbs, bat at 5, Duplessis at 6, Ackerman with a bat at 7, and bowling-wise, I'm torn between bringing in Kirsten, who's been good multi-format for us, but does look a very good bowler. It does mean giving Duplessis 5 overs this team. Is he good enough for 5 overs? I mean, does it really matter? Like, you can try, you can work it out. You've got a World Cup coming up next calendar year. But it does mean getting rid of good players. Like, Swanepoel's been really good. And Loser's been really good. But what you're trying to do is take yourself from an average team to a great team. And are these changes going to do it? We're going to find out. We lose by 7 wickets. There's not a lot you can do when you're 5 for 44, 65 for 5. The game's pretty much gone. We do get 38 from Duplessis and Ackerman, just trying to give us something. But with the ball, I actually feel like we held up quite well. We bowled relatively well. Cummins was great. Peter was great. Duplessis going at 8s in this sort of game is a slight concern. Still feels like we're potentially one bat, maybe light. That's a hammering. We get 149, Stubbs 49 off 39. I know you might look at it. If you don't play the game, you go, crikey, you're bad at this game. I'm not the best at T20 cricket, but 149 is an average score, and you end up with this. these sorts of strike rates. It's quite incredible. But with the ball is where we shone. With the new ball, we picked up a wicket with Kirsten. We had good control. Cummins had good control. Du Plessis went through Gurbaz, went through Janet, went through the middle order. And Peters has given themselves a chance of victory with a 3 for 5 sort of day. Can we win the series? Go back to back after beating the Aussies? Do we make any changes? I think, look at that. Peter with a 4.46 economy rate in the series. Cummins with 5.67. Brevis at 3. It could be going better. Yeah, chasing 200. Gurbaz goes big. 79 off 44. We go round the park. Stoke, 23 balls. Fastest record at Pretoria for a 50. Lose by 39. We lose, I think it's 3 wickets in an over. Yeah, 6th over we lose a wicket. And then 7th over we lose 2 wicket. 8th over we lose a wicket. So we don't get there. But that's a good knock. It's a good performance. It's a good series for us. The bats still don't sing. The strike rates don't sing. And if we put any aggression on it, trust me, it doesn't work. A 2-1 victory against Afghanistan, who are 6th in the world as well. And we've done the sweep. We've beat them in all 3 formats. Series against the West Indies. Interesting thing here, Viljoen, averaging 53 in first class cricket. He's in the top list of averages for players. I don't feel like it matters what I do with him at the moment. He doesn't do it at Test cricket. He's not been given the longest piece of rope, 5 one-dayers and 4 ODIs. But he is going to be the next player I come infatuated with, and he comes in. Big series this. We go into a new section of Test World Championship. India win it again. They also go and win the Asia T20 final. Not smashing them. 9 down. But beat Pakistan by 9 wickets. Pakistan bat first. 265. India go huge. Jaiswal with a ton. Dayanand with 113. The fight back was good from Pakistan, but 150 knocked off easy. Jaiswal has a day for the ages. So India, let's make sure history understands that 225 was a split between India and Safas. But world ranking points up for grabs here. We can't afford to lose to someone like the West Indies, who, although I love very dear from the last 50 years we did with them, I don't want to be in that position. Results have gone in our way that we now find ourselves 3rd in the world, and we're just a couple of good series away from being in 2nd. But look at the outfit of India. They are racing away. So the change we're going to make in the team is Viljoen's coming in. Brevis is going. The kid just can't catch a break. It doesn't matter what I do. He's the guy that I chop and change. I want to give Viljoen a go. We're going to give him the gloves. Happy with that. Takes it off Stubbs. Try and get more out of Stubbs. Stubbs, who's got a 53 test match average from 40 odd test matches. Just checking the ages. Markram is now 34, so we do need another opener at some stage. That's going to be challenging for us. And ages with the ball. It's only Rabada really that's given me any concern. So here we go. West Indies. Good performance. We clean them up for 193. Wickets as spaced around as much as you possibly could ever get. We don't get a lot up top. We give Swanepoel the new ball for a change. Going to revert back to Cummins. But Cummins was very good in the 4-hole with us. And yeah, that's a great performance. It is going to be hard. Sometimes when I pick these seaming wickets, it does have a negative effect into our batting. Do you ever feel like you do something a lot and it doesn't go anywhere? I felt like that because we've scored 289 off 127 overs. I felt like Zwainy and Viljoen batted for an eternity to put on 39. The run rate was not fasting, you little one. Yeah, they batted from here, the 36th over through to the 60th over, and there was not a lot going on in there at all. This is game on. They get 382. Louis, who was great for us in that series, scored runs. Beckford, who was bad for us, scored ones. Kevin Wickham was like the be-all and end-all for us at one stage for a couple of episodes. He scored 24. Marshall, who wasn't a player in the game, he's a regen that's come through. 97 not out on test debut. That's a hell of a performance from him, to be honest. I'm worried. 287 against Isaiah Thorne, who has already done damage against us, but 173 wickets at 31. versus the Saffers 25 at 21. 3 fifers, 1 tenfer. And from being on the precipice of victory, we have been smashed by 65 runs. Ashmead Ned with a 9fer. But it's this bowling performance here that was absolutely dreadful. Oh my days, we're going to lose the series. They get 312. Kevin Wickham, who, just to be clear, averaged about 30 with me, has come in and scored a century. It pains me. It pains me to be put to the sword by my old team. Vijoin with 88. That was based on huge acceleration towards the end, but we are just getting done. Jaden Carmichael, he's having a good series. Ashmead Ned's having a good series, and Isaiah Thorne's having a good series. We fight back. It's going to be 2-2-1 to win. We get a fifer from Swanepoel. Is that his first fifer? Second test match fifer. 68 wickets at 27. That's actually a very reasonable record. 3 from Peter. We take 8 wickets pretty easily at the end, which is a concern because now we've got to go and bat and score 221. And we'll be doing it without Stevie Stolk. Bang. First over. Was 78 for 6. We lose by 105. This is absolutely ridiculous. Why can't we bat? The West Indies bowling attack, remember, was good during that period. Nothing wrong with the bowling attack this calendar year. Against the West Indies, Janssen and Rabada are probably having quiet series with the bat. Everyone's having a quiet series. The embarrassing part, we score 471. And Stolt does well, Stubbs does well, Zwaney does well. We bowl them out for 202. They follow on and score 564. Incredible. And then we can't knock off 291. That's got to go down as possibly the darkest day in Test cricket that we have had so far. 88 points. We plummet. Well, the one-day series starts off well. We score 242. The batting lineup fails drastically. Drastically. Stubbs scores a ton. Stolt with 71, but then nothing. And they knock them off with 2 wickets to spare. It just feels to me like a batting lineup so often is one batter light. Which means you've got to go in and you've got to drop somebody. And I think it's probably Swanepoel in this format. Clarkson comes in. I don't think that's going to make an iota of difference because we're about to spread our bowling with Forrester. And they win by 4 wickets thanks to Duckworth Lewis. We lose 3 hours 30 odd and they knock them off easy. Forrester goes at 10s. So now we're just back where we started and Swanepoel's back in. Which we managed to pick up the victory. 256 they get. Forrester bowls 3, gets 2 wickets in those 3 overs as well. We spread it around a little more. Swanepoel with the new ball. And with the bat we get a century from Markram. It's 2-1, but it's just another lost series. I am feeling quite bullish about our T20 team though. We've got 3 matches here. Let's not talk about strike rates, but the bowling attack has been going at 9s. Has generally been pretty good. We get a win in a T20 game. We get 162. Tristan Stubbs with a 131 strike rate, 59. Markram with a runner ball. It's just amazing how much of this is just runner ball stuff. It's definitely a frustration of the game. Beckford holds strong for them, but the bowling attack was very good. I feel our T20 unit is meshing together well, particularly with the ball. I think Simon Duplessis is a wonderful player to come in. A genuine bowler, averaging 20, 7.56 economy rate and can bat. It's going to be a series win in the T20s. Markram was 78. And then just the usual where the top order does absolutely nothing, scores, runs a ball. Just run a ball. How often does that actually happen in T20 cricket in real life? Janssen with 25 off 12 helped us get to a decent score actually, 172. And it is 134 all out. 4 for Commons. He was wonderful here. Take the brush out. We sweep the series. Dewald Brevis was 71 off 37. I batted him extra aggressive and we got an extra aggressive response, a career strike rate of 128. It's the downturn you get from the 128 to the career 156 in T20 cricket that I sometimes find quite frustrating. We sweep the series. We're 9th in the world. Look at us go. We are a juggernaut in T20. I actually feel like we've got quite a good team in T20 cricket and we're probably one batter away from being a really good team. Vijoin comes in, averages 11 with an 80 strike rate. Not sure about that. Also Ackerman, 144 strike rate for his 13 runs, average 13. It's not amazing, but the ball was. Duplessis comes in, 4 wickets, 5.83 economy rate. Peter, 6.83 economy rate. That is a hell of an effort for us. I actually think this is worth talking about, that our T20 form has actually been quite reasonable. Other than the loss to Ireland, we beat Australia, lost to Afghanistan, beat West Indies. It sounds bad, but if you look at it on a match-by-match, it's definitely better than what it used to be. Also, just looking at the South African players, if you're under any illusion who the best players are across all the formats, Markram, Stubbs, Jansen. So we're about to go and tour India, and I've just found this kid, Emsley. 8 centuries from 18 games. And 3 test matches against India is going to be disrupted. It's a spinner's pitch, so this is really interesting, and Marco Jansen is out. And I'm not sure how to balance this team. And I think that's going to have to be it. I think Forrester's going to have to bowl, Stubbs, Swaney, and we're going to give Emsley a debut after just 18 games. Also aged 22, but the century record's incredible. Vijoan will take the gloves. And then we've got debuts on Test cricket. We've got Pollard coming in as a second spinner for an ultra spinning wicket. 23 wickets at 51, 2.7 economy rate. I think they're good numbers, but there will be work to do for Forrester with the ball. We could have gone for like a Swanepoel and given us a bit more bat, but I don't want to lose Rabada and Cummings from the lineup. Don't want to lose Peter. I want to play the 2 spinners. I'm making all these choices purposefully. I almost bought in Stain, who's probably got the best first-class record going, but not today. Not this game. In terms of performances, that's not the worst in the world. Peter with 3. Pollard drops his microphone, 3 for 47 at a 2.61 economy rate. That's quite reasonable. His wickets did come more towards the end. Peter and Forrester did pick up the earlier wickets, but Jaiswal with 127, just doing Jaiswal things. He's averages 55 in most formats that he's ever played since he was a kid. I don't know if this is going to hold up, but we've got a 117 run lead. How do we get smashed by the West Indies and we go and perform this well over here? Forrester with a first career double century in Test cricket. He backs amazingly well. Vijoan 115 when we needed it the most. A maiden Test match century for him. The partnership was 239. We were 5 for 129. We make 398 and take a 117 run lead. 169 to win a Test match in India. We get 4 from Peters, but Jaiswal with another century. We get home. We win a Test in India. Stubbs with 59 not out to do it. Forrester scores over 250 runs in the game. He's quite rightly man of the match. We go 1-0 up against India. I was looking for us. I was like, because when we started this episode, we were so close. We were so close to the top, and then the West Indies series happened. Pitch, all completely different pitch. No 2 spinners here. We also get Marco Jansen back into the attack. Oh, we've been shake, rattled and rolled. We go for 231 and we go very, very fast. And it's only a 31 run lead because we bowl reasonably well here with Peter taking 4 for 51. Marco Jansen comes back in. I don't give him the new ball. I stuck with Cummins and Rabada after the last game, and those 2 bowled well. Jansen did not. We also got Jaiswal out. That doesn't happen very often. Game on. 3-6-5 to win. It's doable. But they're going to have to play well to win. We've not rolled over here. Stolt with 68. Forrester, another century. Is he the best bat in the team at the moment? Averaging 45. His form in Test cricket is very reasonable. There's not any 50s in there. 3 centuries, no 50s. So a little bit of inconsistency about his game. Stubbs with 45. Swaney 87. We get a score. When I'm going through it and I'm playing it, I'm thinking when a wicket goes down, I'm like, this is the one. This is the one where we're going to get rolled. Oh, we've got Jaiswal. We've beaten him by pace in the first over. We've only gone and done it. Peter with 3, Rabada 3, Cummins 3. We've won a series in India. In India. Let that sink in. We just got smashed 3-0 by the West Indies. And then we've got them. This is like New Zealand beating India in India, because before they played terrible against Bangladesh. Everyone ripped them off. Good to see Emsley adding value, averaging 10. We're playing for a sweep in India. This is incredible scenes. We're way behind. We get 188 all out. We get inserted and it was doing all sorts. So my excuses in early. They bat on the same pitch in similar weather conditions. Jaiswal scores yet another Test match 100. Now, India smashes in the second. They knock off 137 easy. We do get 347 to make some sort of game of it, with Stubbs scoring 79, Stubbs with 100, Zwainy 79. But overall, that is a great series for us. We only moved 4 points up in the world ratings, but India's have been demolished down to 116 from their high of 133. We have great series from Forrester, who averages 86 and scores 500 runs. Stubbs was good, Zwain was good, Stolk and Markram. Markram's form just continues to befuddle me a little bit. He did average 53 last year, so maybe I shouldn't be that. But he's had a poor year. Seems 1 year on, 1 year off with him at the moment. And with the ball, Peter was great. Everyone else struggled a little bit. But there is something potentially in two spinners for us. ODI time, we are going to make a few changes here. Clarkson has gone from the squad and Ferreira is going from the squad. His average of 28. 96 strike rate. 96 strike rate's not that bad. Maybe I need to rethink that. Yeah, so we've got some fresh blood into the team. They're young players. Really young. 21 and 23 years old, but they've got excellent second team averages in domestic cricket. In second team cricket, not bad. Joubert might be the one. 53 in second team cricket is better than Stubbs. Better than Barley. If anyone's seen The Last Kingdom, you may get that reference. We've won by a run. We've won a one-dayer in India by a run, and we needed the runs because Stubbs scored 111 off 94 and was just everything that Tristan Stubbs is at the moment. Stolk gets a century, his ODI record. That is his first one. Huge contributions. Forrester with 49 off 45. And here, well, we did a great job with the ball. Marco Janssen with the new ball in particular. But it came down to Jaiswal, who scored 168 off 143. It's a career best. Takes his ODI record to an average of 57. Absolute specimen. And it went so close down to the wire. Incredible. We beat them again. Dean Forrester, 120 off 122. The form is strong with you. He must be a good player of spin. Pace preference, strong pace preference, and we've just seen him dominate in India. And with the ball, we're superb. We finally get Jaiswal for 55, and the floodgates opens. We've beat them in Test cricket, and by golly, we've just beat them in ODI cricket. We do lose the third one-dayer, but again, it's not a bad performance thanks to a Tristan Stubbs century once again. The kid is just not a kid. He's 29 years old. He's a fully grown adult who is in great form in all formats. Takes his average to 56 in one-dayers. They get across the line. Jaiswal with another 50, but Patel with 62 or 45. Get them across the line. They win, but we win the war. 78 points in the ODI World Rankings. We're climbing. Inconsistent in the Test matches with the West Indies loss. If we didn't lose that West Indies series, I think we would be on about 102 or 103. We could beat India in every format, and that would be one of the most amazing things that's happened after the West Indies series. India bat well, but they don't bat great. Jaiswal, we restrict him to a 125 strike rate for 54. Peter, 4 for 18 with a 4.5 economy rate is just out of this world. And Stubbs' form is next level gravy. Look at that. Doesn't matter the format, the time, the week, the month, or your year. He is getting it done. And Brevis as well with a 157 strike rate. Oh, we've lost by 3 runs. It was so tight towards the end to secure the series. We only got a Stubbs knock and that was it. But they literally went bang, 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 bang. And then I thought we might just get across the line, but it was not to be. We restrict them to 156. Peter, incredible. His first over went for about 12, and then he hardly conceded a run for the next 3. Series decider. Places where you want to be. Going to do a decider against India. What a performance from the team. That didn't go well. Bowled out for 67, lose 2-1. But regardless of the result, I actually feel like we've put up a reasonable performance here. With the ball, Peter is just next level. 58 wickets at 10, 8.9 strike rate, 6.74 economy rate. Janssen and Commons were expensive, but I think that's slightly inflated from the last games. Stubbs was amazing for us. It won't help us in the world ratings, but it helps my confidence going, we're not that bad a team when the World Cup rolls around. Playing away in Bangladesh, and we get a little bit more of a spinner's pitch, which does make me think about that option where we had Pollard and Peter, because Pollard looked like he was a reasonable cricketer. We're doing it. We're going with 2 spinners in Bangladesh. Bangladesh has caused us the tough times, hard times, brother, many a time. But here, let's bat well, bat big, and win a game. We've got a lead of 12 thanks to spin. Pollard's economy rate is next level, 1.9. Peter going at 2.62, takes 4 wickets, gives us a 12-run lead after we're bowled out for 244. Vijoen with 69. He's growing into a role in Test cricket down the order. There's a century in 88. It's good to see. It's a lead. It's not easy though. It's going to be 420 to win. We score 407. It's another Dean Forrester century. This time 2 drop catches to 1 LBW appeal. But you got to look past those. Got to take the look when it comes your way. 11 Test match centuries. Strike rate of 58 as well is good. Tristan Stubbs, Test match century number 13. He averages 53. We're in a good position. It is average spin, so it's not ragging, but a backers. And we never talk of this Test match again. They knock off 421. Pollard gives us economy rate, but no wickets. It's the game. The game's a challenge. Every time you think you've got it, you're just not quite there. What pitch have we got? Same sort of pitch again, a little bit more overcast. Rabada's back. You can't beat India away and lose to Bangladesh and West Indies. Okay, halfway stage, we bowl them out for 224. Peter with another 5. The form is stronging you, little one. It's Test match record, 134 wickets at 23. 3.65 economy rate, 39 strike rate. Great effort. We get 425. I go aggressive with the openers and it pays off. We put on 203 for the first wicket. Intermittent throughout after then, but good century. We do it. Peter with the big 10. 5 for 54, 5 for 37. We get through them again. He gives us control this game, this series. He gives us wickets. He gives us a win. It takes us to a decider. Test World Championship, I think, is probably out of the window at the moment, but the world ratings, I'm still trying to head in the right direction. I hate playing Bangladesh. They've got so many left-handers. We get through him for 315. It's another 5 for Peter, who is now, in the past 4 innings, taken a 5 for each time and a 4 for in the game before that, in the innings before. Okay, we've declared on 622 for 8. We were 2 for 24. There's a lot of 2s going on here, but Forrester with 193. The form is so strong in you, little one. It is quite remarkable. Zwainy with 168. I felt like he needed it. He's been a little quiet during the India series. A couple of little, hey, I'm not too bad, but averaging 38 so far. Emsley, I think that's a career best 39. It's not great. The form isn't great, but it's okay. I know 100 from Vijoen, 100 number 2, averaging 40. Settled into that role real nice. We've got a 307 run lead and 4 sessions to bowl them out on still a really good batting dick. Oh, we've won. We've won with 1 over to spare in the entire Test match. They get 285. They bat 117 overs. Peter gets 4. And he rolls through the back end and just break down their resistance. They had resistance throughout. Incredibly slow run rate, and it wasn't us for a change. But it was hard. We toiled and toiled and toiled, and we get across the line. We win another Test match series. We've beaten Bangladesh. We've beaten India in this episode. If we'd only beat the West Indies, life would be looking so much different. With the bat, Forrester continues to shine. 98 average. He's averaged 65 this year with 5 centuries. Vijoen 72. Stolk and Zwainy in the 50s. Stubbs 40. Emsley, yep, he's playing. And with the ball, 28 wickets at 13 for Peter. Leading the way. Test World Championship doesn't matter, but it's more we've just won that, and that is a huge effort. ODI rankings as well. We're on 78 points. Bangladesh 84. If we can win this, are going to make a change. Joubert is coming in, 21 years old, 58 average, 3 centuries, 950s, 101 strike rate. Hopefully going to add something to the team, as we are not quite 5 stars against Bangla on a road. Lose by 3 wickets. The bat, Brevis scores 100, but we're 2 down within the space of a few balls, and then Stubbs and Forrester goes. We're 4 for 50, 5 for 86. You're never going to win games when you're only scoring 180. Lose the series. They knock off 250. This guy, Hussain, is overpowered in the game. Maybe it's just against me, but man, he is a mighty fine player. We probably could have defended about 260 in each of those games, but the bat is cold. The bat is really cold in this series. We're always 3 or 4 down for not many. I just wanted that over by the end. 141 all out, with no chance of winning when we do stuff like that. The bat, horrendous. Brevis, okay, but that's just one score that's bolstered those. The bowling economy rates were really, really solid. But we're still 9th in the world in T20s, in ODIs. And that series against the West Indies is one of those generational defeats that kick you back so far. T20s is where we're kind of buttering a bread at the moment. I don't feel we're the most horrendous team in the world, which is a nice thing to say about yourself. Poor year from Kirsten as well. 9 games, 29 average, 8.63. I'm going to bring in DeLang. We lose by 7. 50 for Stubbs, and we're looking okay at the top. Stoke goes crazy, but 178 the score. No one has control other than Peter. Bangladesh are a damn good team on this game at the moment. It's frustrating. The change we're going to make is Lose is coming in with his right arm dibbly dobblies. Lose by 8 wickets. We get bowled out for 118. Jum, look at that. Look at that. I do find with T20s that the best form you get in T20s can quite often be the big tournaments, because you've got so many games back to back. People find form in the format. Right, this game can do on that. That is the end of the episode. We get smashed by Bangladesh. The world ratings in T20s are horrific. 9th place, 70 points. I think I need to take the achievements off of number 1 in the world, because I feel with India and other teams, they're too hard to try and achieve. Whereas we'll keep fighting, we'll keep going, and next year I know we've got World Cup time, and hopefully we can start to turn a corner. But there's been some magical parts of the episode. Beating India in India, finding a bit of consistency in ODI and T20 cricket. We just can't win series. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. We'll see you next time.